I've seen the movement since last year. Obviously been a truther for a long time. I'm ex-23 SCS, served in Birmingham for 10 years, 91 to 2000. And I'd still defend this country for the right reasons, right? But all the wars have been corporate, mate. All the wars, Afghan, Iraq too, fucking, it's all bollocks, mate. It's all the rich keeping, pardon? But yeah, bang it. And hey, listen, I want participation here as well, by the way. If anyone wants something to say. Hey? Oh no, you do. Okay. But I've been asked to talk a bit about the common law and the Peace Corps and what we formed. Because this is a response. Who would have said 2 years ago I'd be stood here talking to police officers about a march here, about our freedoms? I would not have dreamt it, I'll tell you that now. And when I was there in Hyde Park last year, probably 250 of us. I mean, I've had Peter Corbyn in my car, and people have knocked him for being who he is. I mean, I know he fucked up with that envelope. I still think he's a genuine guy, but prove me wrong. I don't know. He seems a bit naive at times. Piers Corbyn. He might be. I'm not, you know, from what I've seen, and I'm not supporting him, I'm just giving, this is my observation, and I don't mind again anyone, because he's coming to Truth Juice a couple of weeks' time, so ask him yourselves, which is the beauty. But I mean, what has just been said now is absolutely right. The power is not me, not you, it's not them, it's the people, man. And that's why common law has been suppressed, because I've been stopped from speaking by stand-up ex and people from there, starting in Bristol, and I think some of you guys have been with me. Why is Nick not allowed to speak? Because it's common law. And the common law is flesh and blood. It's not the paperwork. Paperwork is in the court. It's us and our fiction.
This is what they don't want you to know.
Right.
You. You're the power man.
I don't mind anyone taking this. It's not about me. I've been asked to talk, but if anyone wants the mic. Alright, so what happened at Bristol and Leeds and Manchester is stand-up ex said, yeah, you got a spot. And then I'd come in and say, oh, there's no fucking time. And I said, I'm only going to speak about common law. What the fuck, you know? And I realise now, as having studied the common law for a long time, it's about the flesh and blood. You go into the lower courts and they want your paperwork. That's why the arresting that's going on at the moment, if you don't answer for your name, which is their property from birth to death, well, people are getting it back. Right, good. People are getting the birth certificate back. I think they're right. But they own the name. If you don't associate the name, then, like the Emma Vens have really done some good work with this. When they don't give them the name, some have been locked up for 2 or 3 weeks, but it's all about the name. They own it. But going back to what happened to me, I was thinking, why am I not being able to speak? Why can't I speak about common? It's simple. It's only. Well, the common law is basically harm, loss, damage, malfeasance in your contracts. The common law is the flesh and blood appearing in the court. So me and Mike have got a problem with each other. What's the problem? I owe you 500 quid, right? Let's have a sort out, you know, blah, blah.
Did you hear that?
Or whatever it is, I'll harm something to you. But it's about me and the interactions. Hopefully we're adults, we can sort it out. We don't need their fucking corporate court. But it is about me having a word. But when you go into the court, you're the paperwork. So they say, what's your name? If you don't stand, you're not there. You're arrested for not being there. It's bizarre. It's fucking bizarre. But that's the common law. That's what it's ultimately about. It's the flesh and blood appearing in the courts. And it happens in the higher courts, but you've got to buy your way into it. It's £100,000 to get up to the higher courts a lot of the time. And they do use common law. A lot of the elite, the big boys, use common law with each other. It's all been hidden. And that's what I found out from some of the London groups. But that's what it's all about. And obviously earlier in the year, the girls, I mean the women have been brilliant. There's a lot of activity going on. They have. They have, and you know, us men are here to surround them, to work with them, to protect them, and we're here to have our voice as well. But that's what happened. The People's Peace Corps. What we've used the word corps is not C-O-R-P, corporation. So it's core. We're all law men and all law women. It's as simple as that. And the fucking elite know it, man. They know that these 300, 400, whatever families, people, whoever they are, they know that we're the power. Even this group here. When I used to go into courts back in, well, I've been going into courts in 12 and 13 or 14. When you go in as, say, the People's Public Trust, they shit themselves. I've had judges abandon court because I'm in there. And this is two of us, three of us. And one of our guys from churches was going to go into the council for freedom of information a few years back, which you're allowed to do 2 or 3 times a year. I think you're allowed to go into any council, ask them anything you want. And 3 of them turned up, and the council went, fucking hell, there's 3 of you. We've got people on holiday. And yet, what if all of us turned up one day and said we were under freedom? They would be, I mean, this is how easy it is. It's not about storming bills. I don't disagree with direct action. It's, some of the stuff in London's been brilliant, what's been going on. But it's little things, some of it's boring, it's the paperwork. Sorry, Mike.
No, I think we should stop calling them the elite. They're scumbags. They're scumbags. Let's call them out for what they are.
I use the word agenda players. Yeah, agenda players. Yeah, whatever. And they are using nation states for delete. Well done, well done. But they do use nation states for their own ends. That's why when they say we go to war in your name, that's what they're alluding to. I didn't give you permission to go to fucking Iraq 1, even I was getting trained up then. But Iraq 1, Iraq 2, it was in your name we're fighting this war, because it's a corporation. They're fighting for your name. Not me and you don't want that war. Surely we want to make peace with the Iraqi people, the Syrian people. You know what I mean? Unless they come here and start doing what they're doing. Do you know what I mean? If we went to another country and fucking, you know, if they came here and started droning us, you know what I mean? It's just wrong. It's wrong. And there's more military men standing up. I mean, there are more of us doing it, and generally in the populace. But I think that's what we've done with the People's Peace Corps. We kept it simple, and we are developing. Sorry, the website's not brilliant, but I'm only a trustee, you see, and the same with the Parliament. We formed the People's Common Law Parliament last year. We formed a parliament for England, for Wales, for Scotland, and all that. We formed one for the world. And I'm a trustee. You actually the beneficiaries of it. So I'm your servant. So you can sack me whenever you want. So whether you like, you don't have to say you're in it or not, but it is the People's Common Law Parliament. So I'm your servant. You can get rid of me whenever you want. And I think then we can develop as people what we want for this planet. And that's happening worldwide. I mean, the fact that we've still got a good number here, so-called lockdowns finished. So when you look at the numbers, Mike, at the beginning of COVID, there was less than this. And even in the rain, even though so-called lockdowns happen, look at the group here. Don't give yourselves a pat on the back for being here. And this is strong. This is strong. And look at the bits that we get on the roadside and going through town. So, you know, have hope. A lot of people are down about all this. I'm not. I really ain't. I think there's. Go on. Yeah. They have. I think they have.
The London Marathon's going to be worth the
Yes.
The London Marathon, like saying, yeah, I mean, that's it. You know. So, I mean, this is it. You know, all of you have got to say it's very, very important. And like your man said at the beginning, who's got the power? The global cabal, agenda players, fucking know it, man. They know that this little group, you know, whatever, and the police, bless them. I mean, well, you know, I mean, they are corporations working for the UK corporation. We know that now. They're a corporation, just as the army is, to be fair. It's a corporation, and that's why. Sorry. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. The man's saying under the Constitution, 1666. Well,
Time to rearm!
yeah. Well, the Peace Corps, John Smith's guys, Guardians 300, they're doing it as well. Let's see what the action is. And I think we can do it by working alongside them. We have made arrests with the Peace Corps of police officers. We have said you're under arrest for breaching the peace. Now we're de-arresting you. We haven't done physicals on them, but we've actually physically arrested police officers for breaching the peace of a party in Manchester and various other areas. Yes, and we've served paperwork, so it can be done. And the notice. And the other thing I say to people, I don't know if you know about auditing Britain and some of the auditors. They're brilliant, aren't they? I mean, 13 people, auditors. Look at what they did to the police. The police are now not allowed to engage with the auditors. You know, and 13 auditors have done that, and they've got a national thing where they don't engage, or if they do, they act positively. So we are starting getting them to sort of work out who they work for. And unfortunately, yes, they do work for a corporation, the police. It is a corporation, that's the worrying thing. But we'll change that, we'll bring that round, we'll bring the courts round. I'm not anti the courts being for the people, but at the moment they're not. They're a corporation. They're monetising your name.
Run by the Freemasons.
Well, whatever. It's to keep the slaves on the ship. Well, it's to keep the slaves on the ship in place, isn't it? Good ship citizenship. We're all under this maritime admiralty law. When you represent your name, when you don't, it's very difficult for them to consent with you. And we are governed by consent still. So we are pioneers in this country. I know America, Australia and Canada, there's real dark stuff going on. But there's also good stuff in the States. There's good stuff going on in Europe and here as well. Go on, Mike.
Did you see the guys who served papers on the High Court the other day?
Yes.
Fantastic, eh? Fantastic.
Dr. Hillary's house this morning.
Okay. Yeah. Saw that. Yeah. And the judge abandoned ship. Yeah.
Yeah. Go on, say again. That's right, the rats, that's right. They do, it's true. So we can control the ship.
1 2 1 2. Dean, press record. Yes, I've never seen so many beautiful people in my whole goddamn life, ever. Well done to yourselves. Give yourself a clap, yeah, come on. Woo! You shake my... So, what I'm going to say to you is they're sending emails to our children, to me as a father, and they're saying, we're going to ask your daughter if she wants to have a vaccine. So I've emailed the woman back and said, do not go near my daughter with any vaccine. And I suggest you all do the same, because I said I want it in writing. We are not letting our children be fucking vaccinated by government fucking drugs. From what? I said they've got a 99.96% chance of survival, yeah? So what does my daughter need a vaccine for? She don't need nothing, yeah? And this guy is right. We are the people, if we stood together, we could end this tyranny. We will end this tyranny. Thank you very much, miss. Yeah, we will. Because as long as I've got a fucking breath in my fucking body, and so have all you, I will not ever bow down to no government nonce case motherfuckers, yeah? You know what I'm fucking saying? Freedom! Right, I got two words for you, yeah? Free and done, yeah? Yeah? And I love you all, every single one of you, and I'm glad I got the microphone. Because I'm going to say another thing, right? So the same email said, next week we're going to mask your child. And I said, you're not going to mask my child. If you're an adult and you choose to wear a mask, then that is on you. You're an adult. You are not putting a mask on a 14-year-old fucking beautiful little girl who's just starting her life. Yeah? You are not touching my child, and if you do, I will fucking kill you and all your family. Just for good measure. Alright? So what I'm going to say to you boys right now, yeah, this guy's from the army. I ain't in the army. I got soul, but I'm not a soldier. I got soul, but I'm not a soldier. Yeah, you know what I'm fucking saying to you boys right now, and you beautiful women. I'm surprised to see so many men out here today, because in this movement, since 1.5 years ago, there's been more women stand up for this than anyone else. I'm banned on every single social media for just saying the truth. Like, the truth is, they come near our children. If you're an adult, you wear a mask. You can do that. You're an adult. If you're an adult and you say, I want 5 fucking injections, you can have that. But why would they even coerce our fucking children? That's why I'm fucking here. Don't feel one's locked down. That's up to you. I'm here because I swear to fucking God, every single one of your children is my child. And I'll fucking stand for them every fucking goddamn day. And I'm not even joking here. I mean this. And now I'm going to get off the microphone before I embarrass myself. But peace and love to every single one of you. And you keep rolling, yeah? Because me and my people be rolling. Peace and love, motherfuckers.
Well said, thanks for that. No, well said, man. And there you are, guys. That's you know, this is government. I don't mind government as long as they work for us, and that sort of happened, I possibly think, years ago. But we I'm not saying we're going to knock it all down, you know, and start again. Let's just work with what we've got and improve it and push it back. I mean, mankind, womankind, whatever you want to call it. We're amazing what we've produced. I mean, look at the buildings and the lights and the fucking transport and whatever. But there's dark sides to what we've done on this planet, man. And we are the custodians of it, you know, we are. And the species on this planet, you know, wherever we've come from, there's a question for you. But I mean, we are custodians. Let's look after it, man. And we all know it. 99.9% of us fucking know that. It's this small group, isn't it, that think they can manipulate, play, and control it, treat it as a monopoly board, you know, and move us round. And this is why I was saying in some of my common law speeches, look at legalese. Legalese, you say, is the language that you don't understand. Well, English is the same. English is a language of control. Shakespeare, fucking Francis Bacon wrote Shakespeare, mate. Shakespeare was a spear shaker. He didn't exist, man, and if he did, he was some small yokel. Bacon introduced 30,000 words into English language, maritime admiralty law, all the ships, you know, citizenship, judgment, mentes, all the, you know, the words that control us, you know, and the words how we control each other. I want your companionship, company, friendship, relationship, you know, and then the words with mentoring, judgment, payment, it's all in your brain. And ultimately, going back to these corporations, which the UK is as well, we created them, and they know that we're above it. God, creator, us, and then our creations, which are corporations. So we can dismantle them. And that's why they're on this last gasp, whatever, couple of decades to finish this, make us transhumanist, get us, maybe, chip and pin, whatever. It's worrying, and it's so obvious to us guys how they're doing it, but the time is running out a bit. But I don't know. Let's go with the flow. Let's go with the exciting times, and let's come to it. And going back to, like I said, I'm your servant. You know, I can kneel before you, and you lot can sack me now, and that's the way it should be. And going back to the Parliament, let's just am I all right, Fester, for a bit? Going back to the Parliament, and I'm just a trustee. I'm one of 17 trustees of these parliaments. So all we're doing is trying to work out what to do. We want input from you guys at some point. You know, we do. What's the Parliament? How are we going to work it? But the beauty in the Parliament is that it is us making decisions. And when you become an MP for the Parliament, you'll do it like on the electoral roll. Going to jury trial. You'll be elected randomly. So you might be, a letter might come for you to be an MP, or you. And you'll go, I don't want the job, or I do. But if you become an MP, we'll go, fuck me, you're an MP for us. Wow. And we'll turn to you and go, my God, you know, that's how it works. Not all this bullshit twin party system. We ain't got democracy on this world. I'll tell you that now. It's been a sham all over the planet. I'll tell you that now. You know, right and left. It's the same fucking eagle. It's the same. Same arse. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Yeah. So that's, and we've been conned. Yeah. No, I know, but we'll do it another way. We'll do it peacefully. Well, turn that peacefully, but there is going to be direct action, and we are going to get there. And we come from where? We come from truth, love, light. Yes. Seriously, but sometimes you've got to use the force. You have. I'm not against that. You can defend yourselves. You're right to do it. You can kill to eat. I mean, that might be a debate amongst you, but anyway. Well, you know. Well, we're all animals. We're all animals. Well, there's a discussion, a mic discussion. Anyway, Mike, anyone can have the mic, by the way. Please feel free.
How about if we use
Thank you, Nick. Absolutely awesome, fantastic. And hello, Birmingham. Mick the Ticket here. All right, we stand together. Inside, outside.